72 by 96 18. All right, let me dip the camera down a little bit here. Let me walk up on this and I'll share with you something I haven't talked about in a while. All right, but you can see right here, this is actually a smooth pattern right here. So the red, and then let me go up a little bit closer here on this as well. See that right there? So smooth on the sidewall, and then the wainscot trim. You can see how we do this. I haven't talked about this in a while, but let me run this through. See how we keep that up just a little bit. See a little crack, little fissure there. And the reason why we do that, we've had this happen maybe once or twice in the past 10 or 15 years, but a metal company came out and said, hey, if you press it right down there on the angle, water will sit there and rust may accumulate. So we leave it up just a little bit. All right, and I like to call this traditional 1 foot overhangs. All right, you can see that right there. So we have the vented soffit. Then also on this one, kind of gives you an idea as our site prepper guys did pretty good. You can see the baseboard, the double baseboard on this, how we brought this up. All right. Check out this post frame right here, guys. Actually, it's 72 by 96 18. The white liner panel. And you probably can see right here, concrete perma columns as well. So maybe you're out in the country here thinking about an agricultural building. 3-ply laminated columns. You can see on this application, you know, he's getting it prepped up here for concrete. But you can see right here, we got two 10 by 10 treated baseboards here, but a 3-ply laminated column here. So again, concrete perma columns here. All right, 3-ply, 72 by 96, a yellow pine top beam header there. And you can see how we box that in with the OSB. So let me kind of walk around and give you an idea. And then up top here, cellulose insulation there, and we put the hatch. So good looking post frame pole barn building, 72 by 96. You know, and another thing I want to mention here, I get this question quite a bit. How long can you span on an agricultural post frame? You can see right here, 72, a 1-piece truss, right? Now, a lot of people say, hey, can I go longer than that? And when you go a little longer than that, you're going to get into a steel application, all right? So 72 width right here on this. And they also do like an 80 foot as well. But you get up too high, you gotta have to do a 2-piece truss. And we've done it before, but when really we kind of counsel people more than the 72, you may want to think about maybe going with steel. All right, now you can do an 80 foot. We've done that as well, but anything more than an 80, probably should, you know, look at doing a steel and with that span. It's a #1 yellow pine if you're new to post frame construction, all right? So that's a yellow pine up there, but also look at the sidewall girts right here. This is actually a 1650 MSR lumber. Let me get you a little closer so you can see that. All right, see that up there? 1650 MSR lumber. Okay, and Housewrap, it's got a nominal R value of 1. All right, but it keeps the building tight here. But let me span the camera up a little bit. See this right here? 1650 MSR lumber. What's the difference between a 1650 and a 2 grade? Okay, 1650 is a better look at it right here. See that? 1650 MSR lumber. That makes out 1650 pressure tensile points, right? A 2 grade is going to make out about 1,000, 1150. All right, so a little bit more structural strength. And also sometimes we even get some 2100 and 2400 MSR lumber. All right, depending on the structural grade. Now, if you're going to do truss manufacturing, if you ever look at the engineering prints or anything like that, maybe it gets a little bit more technical, but they require 2400 MSR lumber in there for the truss specs. All right, so a 2 grade is going to make out about 1,000, 1150. And MSR lumber here, 1650. Machine, what it stands for, machine stress rated, 1650. All right, and you can see right up there the hurricane ties. But there you go, guys. Any comments, questions, let me know. We'll keep rolling here. 2x2 cupolas. All right, but let's go inside here and let's check out actually the interior. On concrete perma columns, you see what we do here. Concrete at the base, and we attach the 3-ply laminated columns, southern yellow pine. And you can see how we bracketed in. Let me get you a little bit closer so you can see that. Let me dip the camera around here. Actually, we need to touch up that screw a little bit as I'm fanning here. You see what we do here? All right, 3-ply laminated column here, southern yellow pine. And you can see how we structured that. And then we put the white liner panel up there. The 28 gauge metal. Well, there's different metal thicknesses out there. You know, there's 26 gauge, 28 gauge, 29 gauge. we like to use like a 28 gauge metal. All right, on this one, a little thicker. Now, if you're a builder or contractor out there, you'll see that when you pick it up. You can tell the difference, a 29 gauge, a 28 gauge. Now, they roll them a little bit different. All right, so let me dip the camera down a little bit, but a 28 gauge metal, a thicker panel. Again, this is an agricultural setting. All right, so red, white, and red on the roof. 2 cupolas. I don't know if you can see that or not, but a 28 gauge metal just makes it a little thicker. All right, holds up a little bit better.